Okay, so let's get started. What is College App Aid? So, hi everyone. My name is Judy Zhou. I'm going to be a freshman at Georgetown University's Walsh School of Foreign Service in this fall. I just graduated from high school. I went to Centennial High School. Oh yeah, and at Georgetown, I'll be studying international politics within the Foreign Service School. So my experience with applications goes back a couple of years. I've been applying to programs, summer camps, and other awards since the beginning of high school. So not only have I undergone the college application process just last year, but I have applied and won a multitude of scholarships. So this year I got the Coca-Cola scholarship. I believe the acceptance rate is around 0.16%. I was also a Jefferson Scholar finalist this year for a full ride at UVA. Um, Last year, I was awarded the Hurley Fellowship, and this year I also received the grant for the Hurley Fellowship. In previous years, my sophomore year, I attended both Yale Young Global Scholar program. It's a 2-week selective program at Yale where you get to choose, among a bunch of different programs. Some of them range from like medicine to law to sustainability. Um, and then the last one is I attended Young Women's Political Leaders Program in 2018 with a full ride. So this last program was offered by Running Start, which is a nonprofit that encourages women to run for office. So as you can see, I've applied for a lot of scholarships, not a lot of scholarships, but a lot of applications, not just college applications, but for programs, scholarships, and other awards as well. So I want to go over briefly the college timeline, the one that's available to everybody. So August 1st, all applications open. And then from October 15th to November 15th, they're early action deadlines. These are the early action deadlines. And then there's a bit of a break between November 15th and December 1st, where the regular decision deadlines begin to open. So why I wanted to share this deadline is to give you an idea of how this class structure is going to be. So because August 1st is the deadline for applications to open for the 2020 to 2021 cycle, my entire class outline is structured around that. So the first class is going to be on July 9th, and there it's mostly an intro class. So I'll introduce who I am, my experience, but also I'll teach them about the college timeline, the one I just showed you. But in addition to that, I'll give them dates and deadlines and, to give them an idea of when things should be done. So, and this is from my own experience and things that I've seen work with other friends, students, people that I've seen apply for college this year and the year past. And the last day, we're just going to brainstorm. For college applications, you need to brainstorm about this personal brand that you have. So we're just going to get started on the first day, both for me to get to know them and for them to start reflecting on, what their essays are going to be about, how they want to present themselves, and what colleges they may want to apply to. So the following week, we're going to get started into some of the college research, or I'm going to teach them how to pick colleges that fit themselves best. It's actually very, very important in the college application process, even before you start writing, essays and all that other stuff, to pick colleges that fit you well. And on the second class, I'll teach them that. And then we're also going to continue what we did the first day by brainstorming and creating a personal brand. So this is the brand that's going to follow them in every single one of their applications. They have a clear-cut idea of what they are presenting to colleges, and colleges will have a really clear idea of what kind of student they are receiving. So going from there, we're going to get started on the personal statement. The statement is the Common App essay, as many people choose to take the Common App, but if you choose not to, it's still the biggest essay that each college will receive. I'm getting started on this a little bit early because the prompts don't change from year to year. So it gives all the students in this class a ton of time to start brainstorming and thinking about what they want to write about. So starting from that day, they're going to be both writing it in class and doing it in their own time. So in between, I'll intersperse other topics. So the one following personal statement are college interviews. So I'm going to be going over what a college interview looks like, what to say, some tips for interviews, and answering any questions they may have. And in addition, on that date, I also included essay editing. So that day it's going to be split. I'll give them some information about college interviews, but they'll also have time in class to ask me questions, share their essays with me if they're comfortable, where I can edit them, I can make suggestions, and just read over them. So going from there, on August 6th are the supplemental essays. So this is the week after the day that college application is open. So the Common App, any other platform that you're using for applications, that's the day that it opens. So that week we'll be doing supplemental essays. So those will be available online for the first time. And the week following that is essay editing for both the personal statement and the supplemental essays. And then the last class of the summer is going to be about scholarship applications and also essay editing. So this class is really formatted around the deadlines for some of the deadlines that I shared in the slide previous. So on August 1st, the college applications open, and from then on, our focus is going to be on essay editing. I wanted to include something in the very last class about scholarship applications, just so students can keep their eyes open if they choose to apply to scholarships, what scholarships to apply to, how to apply to them, and then any experience that I have with any scholarships I applied to, just to give them an idea of things to look out for once they finish their college essays. I know there's a lot of information just about colleges and also the class outline. So I want to stop right here before I finish my presentation to ask if there's any questions. Yeah, feel free to, type them in the chat, or you can just unmute yourself and ask. Okay, I'll leave maybe 1 or 2 minutes if anybody has any questions. What grade is this open to? That's a great question. So this is open to rising seniors not in college, my bad, in high school. If you have any questions about application help in general, you're welcome to just email me and I can maybe set up something private about that. But this class is mainly directed to rising seniors in high school who are applying to college. Okay, I'll wait 1 more minute. There's going to be time at the end if you have any questions as well. I just wanted to stop here because that was a lot of information at once. Okay, I'm gonna start sharing again, and then I'll finish the rest of my presentation, and then there's gonna be more time for questions at the end. Okay. So there's only a little bit more that I have to share today. So the last big point is what makes this class different from classes that you could take at C2 or Kumon or other private tutors. So my first big point is that I have relevant firsthand experience with college applications. During college application season, I not only wrote essays for myself, but I spent a large amount of time editing college essays for a lot of my peers peers that gone to Harvard, Michigan, and Berkeley. So the second big point is resources. So personally, I did a lot of college research on my own this past year. So I've accumulated a lot of resources about colleges in general, how to get in touch with certain groups at certain colleges, and some information that may not be available just on the college websites. And another big point is that included in these resources are connections to current students at top schools. I have a ton of friends that go to Harvard, Yale, Stanford. Myself, I'm going to Georgetown, so I definitely know a lot of people that are going to Georgetown. I also know a lot of students who are doing a lot of different majors, not just international politics or poli-sci in my case, but I know a lot of students who may be doing pre-med, engineering, computer science, and I don't know if I'm missing anything, like business as well, econ. Tess is studying econ, so you can also hit her up. But I know a lot of people who are doing a ton of different things in college, so I can definitely connect you to students at these schools. And I feel like personally that's a very, very strong thing to have, because personally I spent a lot of time talking to current students that allowed me to make my decision, and I'm very happy about it. And usually these students tell you things that you may not have known on the website, through forums online, from talking to teachers. And I think that's super valuable. And the last thing is the unique structure of it. I'm not here just to edit your essays and just give you information about colleges that you can find online. I'm here to teach you how to construct a cohesive application. And this is really important, not just for college, but in the future as well, when you're applying to jobs, when you're applying to different programs in college, or maybe even like summer applications as well. This is really flexible and allows you to take what you know from college applications and apply it to a bunch of different things. And the last thing is that I'll definitely be giving individual feedback. So if you have any specific questions on certain ways your essay is being written in, like the grammar, the idea, if you have questions about my experience, my personal experience, or anything about college application process in general, I'll be happy to answer them. All right. So that's the end of my presentation. So if you have any questions now, please feel free to unmute yourself or type them in the chat box. If not, I'll put my email in the chat box, and then of course you can email me later if you'd like. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for you guys for coming.